Well, it's about 5 in the morning here, and you can see maybe half an inch of snow on the ground. So, first snowfall of the year, and I'm hoping that the ponds don't get any root, like spear pull. So, I'm gonna make sure that the Mexican is covered. We'll see how that's doing. As you can see, it's giving minor flurries right now, but maybe an inch on the table. Luckily my windmill, last time I got snow it wasn't too bad, but pretty minor. First snowfall of the year. I mean, it's not really sticking to anything, to any of the concrete or pavers, so this is the one I'm worried about, because this is more in the shade, so I have to make sure that all the snow's taken off. These have had snow before, but last year when they were pushing new growth, half of the spear was dead. There was never a spear pull, but I just want to avoid that. Mainly for the Mexican too, because I think those are more sensitive in spear pull. And I don't want the cold to damage, like, you know, I don't want it to rot the center of the crown and have there be a spear pull. I sprayed them with the fungicide, but I didn't do it before the snowstorm, if you can even call it that. Even for 5 in the morning, I'm still getting loud traffic, but the Mexican is over there. All the old fronds on it are still burned and dried out. The only frond it has is a green frond in the middle. I'll throw in a picture of that. I'm doubting it's gonna snow anymore. Maybe I don't think it's gonna snow much. This storm isn't supposed to last very long. I think it might have just started. I woke up maybe about half an hour ago, so. But I'm just gonna cover it. Somehow it's not too windy right now, so I don't have to worry about it falling over, but just so it won't rot the crown and cause the half-dead spear pull, or the half-dead spear, when it comes out in the spring. But I want to probably move this under the porch too, and I don't need to box them up because their winters aren't very severe. Like I said, this is the first snowstorm of the year, and it's really not bad. I mean, the only reason I didn't protect them was because there's really no need to, and for the one snowstorm that we do get, I could just do it myself. But you can see the yuccas have some snow. But alright, well, I just wanted to throw that in, just so you guys can see how the palms are doing, especially through our first minor, if you can even call this a real storm. But we'll see how much more we get in the next couple hours till about maybe 9 o'clock. So we're barely 5. We'll see what we get. Estimated snowfall for the today, it's gonna be maybe about an inch. So it already looks like we have an inch. You can see up there just how much we're getting. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos if you like them. I will keep an update on how the weather gets. I'll make another short video on how the weather ends up. All this will be melted by the end of the day, probably by lunchtime. We've had snowstorms where they come, maybe get like 3 inches, and it all melts within a day. So no, I'm not worried, but I just figured I'd throw that in for you guys. And Trachycarpus is a very cold hardy palm. These windmill palms, that's what they're called, and they can tolerate snow very well. I don't prefer to keep them in the snow, just from what happened last year, but you can see there's a minor burning. They turn yellow, but even then, on camera it shows up a little better. But they have a yellow tint to them. Still very green and healthy, and they will do just fine in the snow. I mean, I could leave them out, but I just don't want to risk the spear pool crown rot. So on that note, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Right here you can see this is why I have a temperature sensor for that palm. So indoors it's currently 66, 67. Outdoor, I have my temperature sensor right against my trunk of the palm, which is basically the main thing for keeping it alive. Also trying to make sure that no snow lingers on there for a while. There was a good amount of snow on top of the fronds, so I have to make sure that it's all cleared off and everything is removed the best I can, and hopefully the rest will just melt from the heat inside when I put the pot over it. But we'll see how that does. Actual time, by the way, 6 in the morning. I don't know how my Mediterranean will do, because some of the fronds are kind of browning up. Like this one had just was just like these ones right here. It was more open, but as you can see, it's closing up, as well as this one. This one is pretty much closing up. These two are pretty much dead, some of the older ones, and this one is closing up. I can't tell if it's repairing itself or what, because it had a spear pool, so we'll see about that. This trunk here has a little bit of green in it, but all these other ones look dead. I don't know if they'll come back. And my queen, it's just doing much worse. This whole top area is pretty much dry. The rest of it, it feels somewhat alive, but at the same time, I think it would probably end up this way. The whole thing would end up this way. The middle part you can see is brown. Even on the other side, the stem is brown, the leaves are green. So I don't know if it's gonna make it. If you guys have any input on that, and if you guys may know what could be wrong. They have been getting watered, so I'm not worried about the water issue. So yeah, feel free to let me know if you guys know anything and what may be wrong. I've been trying to take them out on these warm days, because we've had some days that have gone up to mid 50s, low 60s. So I've been taking them out and putting them against my wall of the house so they stay warm. But we'll see. Spring is in the air, I know that. So this little snowstorm that we have, it's nothing to be alarmed about, nothing crazy. The warm weather should be coming back up within the next few days, if not by next week. So we should have warm temps back up again. But yeah, living in central New Mexico, it's kind of crazy. Just a few miles up in Santa Fe, they get much worse snowstorms than we do. They're nothing nearly as bad as maybe Flagstaff or places like that, but bad enough to cause issues with palms. But anyway, on that note, thanks for watching.